What is up, creatives? It's Jahrell, your music technologist, back at it again, here to help you master the tech you need to make music freely. I'm excited to get into our content tonight, but real quick, I want to recognize everybody that's coming in the chat right now. So stoked you guys are here. Definitely glad you're making it. A couple shout outs. Anthony Flores, welcome. He's in the chat. One of our regulars. Moa is in the chat. Welcome. My little bro Noble Amani is in the chat. Welcome. Let's see. We got Dem Beats Productions in here. Welcome. Benjamin Demers is here. Welcome. What's up? Yeah, I'm excited to get into it tonight. And if you saw the thumbnail of this video, you know we're going to be talking about that Sensel Morph, which I am super stoked to talk about. It's been a pretty fun experience. So I know I'm late to the Sensel party, but you know, we get there when we get there. But yeah, I'm stoked. I'm stoked to get into it. Yo, really quick, those of you that are here, we got like 5 people tuned in right now. Yo, let's see if we can get 5 likes. 5 likes in the chat, right below the video. If you guys enjoy this kind of content, being here, being able to do this, I love the community that we're forming. So, yeah, definitely hit those likes. Hopefully that'll fine tune your suggested feed, start getting you more videos like this. All right, Moa says haven't pulled the trigger on getting the Sensel yet. Well, hey, maybe this video will help you decide if you're down. Thank you, those of you that are hitting the like button right now. I see that. Appreciate that. All right, so I'm gonna drop that logo and then we're gonna get started. So those of you that don't know, I recently had a birthday. Let's see, April 29th was my birthday, and I got blessed big time. My wife and several people that helped make it happen hooked me up with the Sensel Morph, and not just the producer bundle, not the single overlay, not the producer bundle. She got me the whole kit, all of the overlays and everything. I'm super stoked to share with you guys how this is now integrated into my workflow and see if it's something that would be beneficial to you. Now, the last piece of MIDI that I recorded here, thank you for all the birthday wishes in the chat, appreciate you guys. But the last piece of MIDI gear that I talked about on this channel was my, it was the Akai MPD 218. If you've been watching my videos since then, you've noticed hasn't been showing up in my videos. That's because I sent it back. There was nothing wrong with it. There was nothing wrong with it. But I really liked it, but I didn't want to spend the money, you know, on it if I was going to be able to have something better, and I was holding out, hoping for something like what I got. So, without any further ado, let's talk about it. Right here, in this gray pouch, is the Sensel Morph. And one more quick thing before we get into this. At the end of this video, at the end of this live stream, I'm going to be making a beat, but specifically, we're going to be doing the Kount's May Challenge. Now, if you don't know who the Kount is, I don't know, you must not be on Twitter, or, you know, you must be under a rock or something, because the Kount kills it. Like, all of his beats are fire. His percussion game is legendary. And basically what the Kount challenge is going in and using his percussion samples and, you know, building something off of it. So we're gonna be doing that. So stay tuned. Well, real quick. Oh yeah, Benjamin says I just got onto the No Brim gang. Welcome. Yo, Moa, under a rock. It's all right. We've all been under a rock at some point. You know, I was under a rock when it came to the Kount at one point. But all right, let's get into it. Enough blabbing for me. Right here is the Sensel Morph. So let's pop it open. This is the case that came with it. When you get the full bundle, it comes with the case, or you can order it separately. The one I got is the it's the gray one, obviously. There's 3 different colors. There's a pink one, a blue one, and a gray one. So pop this open, and you've got, you know, basically just your stuff is in here. I don't really like using the pocket because it's hard to get stuff out of it, especially if there's an overlay on it. It kind of gets stuck. But this right here is the Sensel Morph in its entirety. And it is super duper thin. Super thin. I mean, when you go over here to the side where the surface is, I mean, like, we're talking like less than pinky thin here. Like, super thin. So yeah. This thing it's thin, and it's, you know, relatively light, but it's super well constructed. Like, there's no flex in it, not really any, and it's really solid. I was really impressed by the weightiness of this, and also just the build quality. Build quality is super. Now, before we get into anything, I want to talk about price real quick, because that's the first thing that you're going to want to know about this. The Sensel Morph with one overlay comes in at $250, I believe. So that's for with one overlay. You can get the next bundle up, which I believe is the producer's bundle or some other bundle of the like. It comes with three different overlays. That would be, and we'll talk about what the different overlays are anyway, but it comes with 3 overlays, and I believe that is around $300. The full package before taxes, the whole bundle, I think it's either $400 or $450 about. And then after, you know, taxes and shipping, it gets pretty pricey. But that's it right there. Let's take a look at some of these overlays real quick. So we'll set move that out of the way. We'll set the Sensel to the side real quick, and let's take a look at these overlays. So mine are a little dirty. I've been using them. But this is the main one that we're going to talk about a lot today, and that's the music producer overlay. And it's got a lot of super helpful controls in it. But these are what they look like. You know, they're relatively thin, but, you know, also pretty sturdy, rugged. There's that one. There's the keyboard one, which is pretty nice as well, and there's a lot you can do with that. Next is the drum overlay, which you're supposed to be able to supposed to be able to play on these with drumsticks. I mean, I've done a little bit of demo with that, but I haven't dialed in the pressure settings yet, specifically for this. So I'm going to be playing with that later, but pretty stoked to be able to play the drumstick. This is the Buchla Thunder overlay. We'll do, okay, quick story time. When I was in college, I almost had the opportunity to meet Don Buchla, but for a number of circumstances, it wasn't able to happen. But Buchla, before his passing, he's the inventor and creator of the Buchla synthesizer. It's I don't know if it's the very first synthesizer, but it's actually earlier than the Moog synthesizer, and the Moog is the first first synthesizer with a keyboard. But the Buchla is even earlier, and this overlay is based on one of Don Buchla's designs, and this is the Buchla Thunder overlay. Super dope. I haven't really played enough with this yet, as far as the different things you can do with it. We'll talk about why that is in a little bit. There is the keyboard and trackpad overlay, and this is what that looks like. The trackpad is obviously very, very small. The keys, see, this one was probably the most disappointing in my opinion. The keys, they do have some travel in them. I don't know if you can see that, but they're just really mushy. They don't feel very nice. And then the trackpad is very, it's too sensitive, and no matter what I do with the sensitivity, it just gets weird. So not super impressed with that one. This one is the video editing overlay, and you can custom map this. And yes, I have tried using it with LumaFusion, which is what I edit all my videos in. But that's what that looks like. It's actually pretty dope. I do think that, some of the controls are a little bit finicky when you map them, and some of them don't map perfectly for LumaFusion, like they would for something like Final Cut on a desktop. But that is the video editor's overlay. This is the gaming overlay. I have not tried this one at all yet, but it seems pretty dope. So I would imagine you could hold the Sensel like this and then press buttons like that. Like if I were to put it on the Sensel, I imagine you could literally play it like this, or you could probably just put it down and play it like this. I'm not sure which of those is, a better call, but yeah, that's the gaming overlay. And then the final one is the Innovators overlay right here. And this one is pretty dope. It allows you to make any overlay you want and slide it right underneath the Sensel Morph. And you can map it custom in the software, which we're going to take a look at the software tonight as well. But you could literally have like a paper overlay underneath this, and you could play it and use it. And that's pretty fire. So yeah, let's see. Well, we're going to be focusing on the music-based ones tonight because, that's what we do here, music production. But yeah, so you'll get all those overlays if you get the big bundle, the main bundle, the full bundle. And then it also comes with a cable so that you can connect it to your computer. And I added this dongle so that I can go from USB to USB-C if I need to. So, all right, so let's talk really quick about, we kind of talked about build quality and durability. There's also this LED strip over the top, so if I were to turn it on right now, let's see, other side. So you see it lights up, and when you do anything with it, we'll throw an overlay on it. It recognizes the overlay because of the magnets in the overlay, and if I were to use something going over, it tracks it, tracks the MIDI data with the LED as well, which is super dope. Same thing with like these sliders, for example. I think that's a nice touch, having the LEDs in there. If I press any of the pads, it tracks where the pad is hitting, and so you get those LEDs there. That's super, super dope. I like that. Let's see, let me check on my notes, because I know if you guys have any questions as I'm going over any of this, feel free to drop it in the chat. But really quick, I'm going to double check my notes. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we talk about price, build quality, portability. Yeah, so the main reason something like this is attractive to me as an option for MIDI is just how thin it is. Like, killer thin. And it goes in a bag really well. And it's really, really, really thin. You know that I use the CME X Key Air, and I use that because of how portable and thin it is. This is like the next level as far as thinness goes. It also pairs really well with the Magic Keyboard. So if let's see, switch angles here. Usually I'll have my iPad with me on the go, and I can just throw it on the keyboard case, like so. Oh, there we go. Okay. And then I can just literally just throw this over the top of that and just use that perfectly. Like that's a perfect setup. It sits so well in here. It's nice and thin, and I can just literally throw it all in the same bag, and it's all good. Like I don't even need to carry a backpack if I don't want to, which is dope. So there's that. The portability factor is a huge win. I don't know of anything else of this form factor, this thin, but also has wireless connectivity and gives you full MIDI support, and something with MPE, which we're going to talk about in a minute. So that's super dope. The portability factor is killer. As far as function and ease of use, this thing, I'm gonna do some demo with it here in just a sec, but it's pretty easy to use. Using the app can get a little complicated, and we'll talk about that in a sec. But mapping this to BeatMaker 3 is something that's not complicated. It's just like any other MIDI controller, and I can show you how to do that in just a sec. The Sensel app. Let's transition into talking about the Sensel app, and let me move some of this stuff out of the way for you guys. Let's see, here we go. Yo, if you're just tuning in, definitely give this video a like if it's adding value to you. I do this every week, every Tuesday night, and I'm here to help you master the tech you need to make music freely. And I focus on iOS music production. So give this video a like, consider subscribing if you enjoy this kind of content. All right, back to it. Benjamin Demers asks, are the pads velocity sensitive? Yes, they are, 100%. They actually have really good sensitivity, and you can even dial in specifically how sensitive you want it to be using the Sensel app. So let's actually look at that right now. Definitely let me know if you guys are able to see, this Sensel app here. So all I got to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to plug it in. Grab the cable, and this Sensel app is running on my MacBook. Unfortunately, there is no iOS app, which is a huge bummer. So anytime you want to program it, you are going to have to use a computer. So keep that in mind. I wouldn't buy this if you don't have access to a computer at all. So boom, as soon as I plug it in, it recognizes what overlay is on it. Right now it's the music production overlay, and I have this specifically custom mapped. The map that I used to do this actually came from Brandon Rico. I don't know if you guys follow him, but he's pretty dope on YouTube. He does a lot of iOS music production stuff, so shout out Brandon Rico for sharing his map with the community. I did customize it a bit to my own liking. It's not exactly what he did. But this is just a basic MIDI map. Now there are MPE options, which stands for MIDI Polyphonic Expression. And let me take this off the screen, sorry. Okay, and as far as MPE goes, hold on, this should be taken off, sorry. There we go. As far as MPE goes, that is not something that most iPad apps support. So it's not something that's integrated into BeatMaker 3. I don't know if there's any DAWs that it does support. It might work with GarageBand, but I haven't experimented a lot with the MPE settings. It does work great with Logic. I've experimented with the MPE settings. And basically what that allows you to do is have, based on the expression in your touch on this controller, you can map certain parameters to the touch of the controller. So based on how much pressure you're putting or where it is on the overlay, you can have that affect you know, the pitch, but the timbre, the quality, certain effects you can map to the MPE settings. Unfortunately, when it comes to stuff like BeatMaker 3 or most iPad music production, you're not really going to get to do most of that. I know the Rolling Noise app supports MPE. There's others out there, but most apps don't support MPE at this moment. That can change. Maybe that's something that they will add to Logic if they bring Logic to the iPad. But anyway, so you've got all of your custom overlays. Let me show you in the app. If you go over here to the top and you click on your morph, it will tell you the serial number, which I don't know if I should be sharing that with you, but firmware version, battery, and then you can set different settings here for your what channels you want it to be on, and your pitch round. I set it to jump. I heard that that's the best setting. I don't know a lot about that, but the MIDI pitch bend range is something you're going to want to edit. Probably. I set it down nice and low so that I can get a lot of pitch bend without moving a whole lot. All right, so I custom mapped the music production overlay. There's the piano MIDI overlay. And as soon as you've mapped it, you can go ahead and just hit send map to morph, and it'll send whatever you mapped straight to your morph. Now, what I've done for BeatMaker 3 is I've all of these transport controls and stuff like that, I've custom mapped those in BeatMaker 3. So for every one of these overlays, I've made these numbers identical so that they're all the same. And so I don't have to remap, I don't have to remap my MIDI in BeatMaker 3 every single time I want to change things. So you can see all these numbers are the same, and I'm using that specifically for my overlays in BeatMaker 3. So there's the Innovators one, there's the keyboard, which you can also map, even though I haven't. There's the gaming controller here. And then video editing, I have made my own map for LumaFusion based on Brandon Rico's, but I changed it a bit myself. So that is the Sensel app. Now there's also the visualizer, which is actually pretty dope. So it can sense, let's see if we can do this split screen. Oh, we can't do that. Let's see. I haven't set up split screen for that, but I'm pressing on it. Let's do this. Here we go. As I'm pressing, it's picking up the pressure from my fingers, and it can sense as I push a little harder. You can see just how sensitive this thing is. I'm barely touching it at all, and you can already see it picking it up. That's pretty cool. So yeah, it does a visualizer, so you can see that. Once you're done, mapping everything, you can just go ahead and unplug it, and then you're good to go. So that is the Sensel app. And now this thing obviously supports two modes. It does support Bluetooth, but it also supports wired. When you plug it in wired, it changes it. So basically it recognizes it as a separate device. If I were to use this in BeatMaker 3, for example, or on my iPad, connecting it via Bluetooth and connecting with a cable, it recognizes it as two different MIDI controllers. So my mapped settings aren't going to just automatically map to this, depending on whether it's plugged in or not. So what I do is when I use this with my iPad, I always use it Bluetooth, and when I use it with my MacBook, I generally use it plugged in, and that's been my solution for that. So I'm checking in on some questions here. Moa says, I work on a railroad, so I make beats on the train or out of town in the hotel room, and I only carry the X-Key Air, but I'm digging the Sensel, just can't justify it. Yeah, it is a big commitment as far as price goes. Benjamin uses the X-Key Air 32. Yeah, consider it at a lesser price. Yeah, it's pretty steep, but let's see. Oh, you want to see Benjamin wants to see the drumsticks. I might bust them out. We'll see. Terrence Mosley says, I just purchased the Akai Professional MPD-218 today, and I look at the Sensel Morph. All right, nice. The MPD-218 is still a good buy. It's pretty killer. All right. Cool. All right. Den Beats Production says, how much is it again? The base package, basically with just the Sensel Morph and one overlay of your choice, is going to run you $250. If you're a music producer and you're going to get one overlay with this thing, get this one. get the music producer's overlay. This is the one you're going to want to use the most. To be honest, I wouldn't even get the keyboard one as your first one. Or you can get the music producer over bundle, and that'll be this one, the piano one, and the drums one, and that's a pretty killer deal as well. All right, cool. So let's get into some iPad stuff real quick. And we're going to talk a little bit about how we can map this in BeatMaker 3, and I'll show you exactly how I got those settings set up here. So here we go. Let's pull up BeatMaker 3. All right, we'll just do a new session. So obviously the first thing you got to do is connect it. So one thing I like about the Sensel Morph compared to something like the X-Key Air is if I have this connected before I open up BeatMaker 3, it will automatically connect to BeatMaker 3. I have not seen this with any other MIDI controller except for a wired one. But if I have this Bluetooth connected, which you are going to have to set up through your settings, it will recognize it and connect it off the bat. I don't have to do anything. But since I turned this on after opening BeatMaker 3, I'm probably going to have to connect it, and that's what we'll do. So there it is, Morph 3164, connected, boom. Now we're going to go over to MIDI focus actions, and I will switch the view here. So you know, I've showed you guys before how to map with MIDI. If you don't know how to do this, check out my Kai video for the MPD 218. I went over how to map your MIDI controller, but I'll show you a little bit again. So you can load a template here. I've made a template, and that template is called Bluetooth Morph version 1, and that's what it looks like. So I went through and I mapped all of these pads here. Every one of these pads is mapped to the trigger, the relative pad. I have also mapped these transport keys, so if I were to press play, there's nothing in here playing, but you can see it is in fact playing. I can press stop and it will stop, press stop again, it goes back to the beginning. I can press record through this and it works. I can also, let me have my headphones on just in case so I can hear what you guys hear. I can also hit the loop button here, and you can see that turns on or off right there. And then there's a couple extra buttons here for you as well, so I'll show you what those are. This one turns off velocity sensitivity, so you can play things in without any velocity, which is cool if you just want some to play stuff like chords or something. And then you have this one right here, which turns off the pitch variation. So if you hit these pads like slightly to the side, the pitch is gonna change. So matter of fact, let's load up a project where I can show you guys exactly how this would work. Let's see, sessions, here we go. Yeah, let's do maybe so. Yo, if you're just tuning into the stream, definitely hit that like button. What it does is it tells YouTube that you enjoy this kind of content, and the algorithm picks that up and starts pushing that out to more people. It also helps fine-tune your suggested feed with more dope content like this. So consider hitting that like button and subscribing. Back to the content. So real quick, let me show you how I have this mapped for my percussion. So here's my percussion. So let me know if you guys are getting good audio. Hopefully you are. But it is velocity sensitive, so hitting it low, hit it higher, there it is. Oh, I also have I'm gonna need to turn down my latency to have that pretty high. Okay, cool. Yeah, anyway, so that's how it's mapped. I can also change the page using this right here. So this changes to the whole new set of banks here. If I press this arrow button, I'll press it back to go back to this page right here. This works really well for stuff like octaves when you're playing like Rhodes. I have some chords set up on this one, so. And I can go up, go back down. So that's pretty dope that I can do that. Just go between the different pages. And then you can also obviously affect your macros using these different knobs. So that's what these are. These are actually like knobs. So if I go to something that I have macros set up on, let's see, do I have any macros in this song? Ah, jeez, I might not have used any macros. That's okay, but I can map something. So let's just do this. Let's go to audio effects. We'll do, let's see, what do we want to map? We will map, let's do this. Let's go to the sound itself. Go to the plugin itself, mapping. Okay, hold up, let's not do that. Let's go to, I have a piano in here, let's do that. Ah, this might be good. Alright, so we got the decap flute. Let's map, yeah, let's map this SV filter cutoff right here to the macros. So we got 9.5 there. Macro controls, we'll map it to macro 1. Now if I pull up the macros page and I move this knob right here, there we go. Now it's picking it up. I can control macro 1. Now, here's the frustrating part about this. BeatMaker 3 is super dope in that it allows you to lock these. So, for example, if I want to bring it back to where it was around 78, I want to say. We'll leave it there. And I wanted to lock that. You know, if I pull this, it'll go back, it'll magnet back to where it was. It's going to 74, it's going back up. Now, if I use this, the Sensel Morph to do this, and I let go, it does not go back to where it was. And that is a little frustrating. I wish that it followed the snap, but it does not. That's one thing where if you've got something that you need to snap back, like you're doing pitch bends on an 808, I wouldn't use the Sensel Morph for that specific control. But there's that. So you can use your macros. I've mapped all of these to the macros, specifically back in my MIDI focus actions here. Yeah, macros 1 through 10. Yeah, I used two of these two sliders are also mapped for that. Now this down here is normally mapped to be like a mini keyboard. I do not use it as a mini keyboard, and I got that that idea from Brandon Rico as well. Obviously, I tuned into some folks to see what the deal was with the Sensel, but I have different buttons here set to different things. So this one will switch between banks, I believe. Yeah. So if you notice, I'm pressing this button, and it's switching between my different banks down there, and that's back and forth. And then I have these ones down here are set to the different lanes in the roll tab for note repeat. So, for example, there's a hi-hat right there. I'll press this, and then I'll press that. So I'm just holding it down, and then I can change it. So I set up my own note repeat, which that's pretty cool. I got that idea from Brandon. So Anthony Flores says, how is the iPad action compared to the NPD? You're talking about the action on the pads here, probably. Okay. Oh yeah, you said pad action, not iPad action. My bad. Yeah, the pad action compared to the NPD. It's a whole different feel. I will say that it is not at all the same as the NPD. Because this is just this feels really solid, like it's all one thing, but it is nice having the different distinct things. Oh no, you guys are getting static. Okay, I know what that is and I know how to fix it, but I'm gonna need a sec to fix it. So give me 30 seconds, don't go anywhere, and I will get the audio. You know what, let me just yeah. I'm gonna fix it for you, it won't take very long. Okay, sorry. Okay. All right, I'm back. Hopefully that fixed it. Let me know if that fixed it. If it didn't, let me know as well. Sorry about that, you guys. What that is my my microphone connected to my camera does run on a battery, and if that battery gets low, static comes in. So I just needed to remember to change it, and I didn't. But hopefully it's all good. Let me know in the chat. If anything ever happens like that, you guys, as soon as you hear it, let me know, and I will adjust it and fix it. So sorry about that. All right. Cool. Definitely let me know down in the chat if that fixed it. All right. So, the next thing is these overlays, obviously. We've got them. All you got to do, you don't have to do anything special to use a different overlay. All you got to do, pull this off, slap the next one down, it magnets into place, and it recognizes my mapping that I set up inside inside of the Sensel app. Thank you guys for letting me know that the audio is good. Alright, so let me show you real quick how something like this would work with like a melodic instrument. So do I have my, let's see, there we go. Now this does recognize pitch bends, so maybe this one specific instrument doesn't bend. Let me see if I can do it with the house. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and that's pretty cool. Like the pitch bend function is pretty dope. So yeah, with the piano one, I have all of these transport buttons are mapped to the exact same thing. So I've got play here, plays the track, stop, stops the track. I've got octave up and down. I have, this one changes the page. Well, it's supposed to. Yeah, it does. It changes the page on screen. But this one changes the octave, so plus and minus. Yeah, plus and minus. And then you got the same velocity off. And then you've got this one which turns off the pitch bend. So if I do the same pitch bend function, nothing's going to happen. But if I turn it on, we get the pitch bend. These ones are supposed to affect chords and stuff. I haven't messed with that yet. I'll let you guys know if I figure that one out. The next one, the Buchla Thunder, this one's pretty wild. I haven't mapped this very well in the software yet, but so if it's got chords and you can change things like velocity when you bend it. It's kind of weird because it's kind of still mapped horizontally for pitch bend. I don't know what the purpose of that is, but this will give it, I think, a little bit more granular control for the pitch bend. Yeah, I'm gonna have to experiment more with the Buchla Thunder overlay, but all the transport controls at the top are the same. And then you've got the drum one, which I know some of y'all are pretty stoked about. Hopefully I mapped this one correctly, but if I go back to my drums, I've got the kick mapped here. I've got a snare. Well, this one, in this case, it's a clap. Usually my hi-hat would be up here. You know what? Let me do this. Let's do this. We will copy this pad and we will paste it here. And then I can use it. So hi-hats are there. And then I usually have something else here. In this case, it's a hi-hat, but usually I have like a crash there. So kick, usually I do kick, snare, which in this case is a clap. And then you got the hi-hats, and then I mapped these two to these two pads here, and I can usually just throw some auxiliary percussion and kind of treat it like toms. And then I'll do like a ride or something here. In this case, it's another cymbal. So I kind of have it mapped out the way I would play it on the pads. So I would usually do kick, hi-hats, snare, or snare would be over here, and then I would do probably some other hat or something there. And then I would do like, you know, it makes it pretty ergonomic. I would probably play like some toms with my thumbs here. So yeah, y'all want to see the sticks, huh? Okay, it's I don't know how good it really is in my opinion. Let's see. What I've noticed is that it doesn't pick up. If you hit it too hard, it kind of gets confused. Is what I've noticed. So Also, my diddles are not great. It's weird to do this sitting in the desk chair. So notice it's not, I don't hear it picking up every single hit, but let's see. Yeah, so that's what it is for what it's worth, but you also have to, when you map this, when I mapped this specifically, you have to, if you look real close, you can see these little grooves here. This is a separate pad from this. This is a separate pad from this. So I had to double map these so that I could get both of them to be the same. Now, if you wanted them to be different, like you wanted like hi-hat here, or sorry, hi-hat here, and like an open hat here, you could do that. It's just kind of hard to, you know, do with sticks, and that's what I wanted to use this for. So yeah, the sensitivity is pretty good though. So here's the kick. Are we getting kick? It's coming in pretty low. There we go. So yeah, I might need to change this sensitivity in the Sensel app, which is something you can do for each individual pad. You can change the sensitivity, but yeah. So for something like using the sticks with the drum pads, I would recommend, you know, setting your sensitivity pretty low, because you're going to be hitting it harder than you ever. I mean, obviously you want to treat it with some care. It's a piece of tech. Like, I wouldn't bang on it, but you're going to be hitting it probably a little harder than you would be with your fingers. So I would account for that. But this is also just dope to do your drums. So pretty dope. I think it works well, and I can do the same thing. I can go off of that drum thing and then go right back to this overlay and play it the way I was playing it before. So let's see. Anyway, I don't have it mapped perfectly for this one, but software comes with the Sensel. Yes, it does. Moa asks. It definitely does. All you gotta do is do some downloads. It'll tell you what to do. All right, so I'm going to get ready to transition into doing some light beat. Let me try that again. I'm going to transition into doing some live beat making, and we're going to go ahead and get to that Kount challenge, which I'm super stoked about. I have never done one of the Kount's challenges before, but I'm doing the May challenge. I was called out on Instagram by Jahrell Butcher Jr., and I'm gonna do it. So I'm stoked to do that. His beat is pretty dope. If you haven't heard it, a friend of mine, Jahrell Butcher Jr., at Jahrell Butcher Jr. on Instagram, he did the Kount challenge and his beat was fire. So I'm gonna try to get my own going. But hey, if you guys have any questions, definitely drop those in the chat and I will get to those for sure. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get all my gear set up, get my samples ready to go, and then we will come back and get to beat making. So don't go anywhere. You know where to be. Keep it locked right here. 30 seconds, and we'll be right back. All right. All right, we are back. Terrence Mosley asked me in the comment section. He said, what's the Kount challenge?" So the Kount, spelled with a K, he's a music producer and he makes some dope music, and he has a lot of live percussion and stuff built into his songs, and he does a lot of beat videos on Instagram and Twitter. and my man is killing it right now. And yeah, his all of his percussion is fire. You can cop a couple of his kits. You can get his kits from his website, or he has a couple of kits that are on Splice. So if you're a Splice person, check out the Kount with a K, Kount. His drum packs are always fire, especially for somebody that likes more like organic, natural sounding percussion. That's where you need to go. But he has a challenge that he does. I don't know if he does it every single month, but he did a challenge for the month of May. You know what? Let's pull up the video real quick with the original sample, and you can see what that looked like. Hopefully this won't give me copyright strike if I play this, but this is the beat video. So that's fire. That's fire. I got all the stems for this, and you guys can go do this too. Matter of fact, you producers out there, I'm calling you out. I'm gonna do my challenge right now, and then after this, I want you to go hit up the Kount on Twitter, get his sample pack that comes for the May challenge, and I want to see your guys' videos. Shoot me a DM, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Shoot me a DM with your Kount challenge beat, and I will the best ones that I hear I will show on my channel. So definitely do that. Do the Kount challenge, and I'll shout you guys out. I'll retweet and repost on Twitter. So yeah. All right. Cool. All right, let's get into it. So I've got his sample pack in here, Kount Challenge May, and I'm going to be using my Sensel Morph, so I got to decide how I want to do this. Let's get a kick. I got to decide if I want to do, let's see, do we want to keep his tempo the same? Did he say what the tempo was on this? Let me see. I don't see a tempo, but let's see if we can type one in. Doom, do doom, doom, do doom, doom, do doom. Looks like a steady 85. All right, so let's bring in all of his sounds and see what I want to use. All right, so there's the kick. Shoot, let's just get this whole thing going. Kick, let's just make hecka audio tracks. Boom, 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 boom. All right, we got the kick. Let's get, we got some claps in here. Here we go. Gotta get that cowbell in there. Some bongo happening. We already got claps. Did we get conga roll? Nope. Conga roll, crackle, finger cymbals. We don't need the full drums. Indian bells, Kenya clapper, tambourine, tangled chime, temple block, triangle, vocal chants. Oops. Oh, that's an effects channel. We're out of audio tracks. Let's add that again. All right, Mo wants to know, where do you get his pack again? Look up the Kount on Twitter. Man, I wish I had thought of to put it in my description. After I do this, I'll put the link in my description. But the Kount on Twitter with a K, Kount. Search him. I believe his name is Kount Cole on Twitter, but if you'll find him. And he has his pack available on his post, specifically talking about the May Beat Challenge, so you can get it there. Sorry I don't have any more direct links than that. Let's see, triangle, vocal chants, wood block. All right, so this should be like the whole percussion loop. Oh, that's off. seems like it must be like 86, and I had it a little slow. Still too slow. Man, what are we at? 87 then? Let's try 88. I bet 88 is too much. No? Is it just straight 90? I think it's 90. Alright, let's try that. Alright. Let's see. How do I want to do this? Let me solo some of these. Kind of like that. I'm going to leave that in. Let's see. Alright, I'm definitely going to have to bust out some Moog Model D, so let me add a couple banks. Let's see, I might just rock with the percussion loop the way it is. This is fire. I need that Juno. Was it Juno bass? Is it the Chubb bass? Jabba bass. There it is. Alright. Yo, XL Dub says, liking it so far, bro? Yes, I am. I'm assuming you're talking about the Sensel Morph. Yeah, dude, I'm loving it. It's pretty fire. We're not getting any sensitivity. Man, do I not get any sensitivity? Alright, if this is killing y'all's ears, sorry. Let me turn this down. The Model D is always super hot. There we go. Alright, we might do something in A minor. Let's see. Oh, why is it locked in? It's like not stopping. All right. Yeah, let's do something like A to C. Go down to F. gonna try something like this. Let's see if we can do it. Oh man, we gotta do that again. All right, let's try it. Oh, first of all, let me turn this quantize off, cause here we go. So close. Dang, we're getting close. All right, hold on. All right, one more time. Dang, almost. Dang, so close. I know what I want to do. Here we go. I did it early again. Ah, landed on the wrong note. All right, let me see if I can do this down one more octave. Alright, I think I know what I'm going to do. Yo, Moa, thanks for tuning in, man. Whoa, that was not what I was trying to do. Alright. Alright, let's see if we can do that. Oh man, that's some gymnastics right there. All right, undo. 2, 3, and. Let's drop this down the octave. We need to delete this one. Alright, that should. Supposed to be a C. Try to add some DRC if it'll load. There we go. Oh, that is low intense. Alright. Let's see. I wanted this to be art. Hold up. Let's see if we get these chords right. Dang, JJ Bing says Sensel Morph is all sold out. When did that happen? Wasn't it sold out fairly recently? Dang. Well, hopefully it opens up again for you guys that want to pick it up. That's a bummer. Alright, let's see. Starting somewhere slow, but we're getting there. Let's see if I should set this to half. What is happening? Well, that's really sensitive. All right. Man, how do I change this? There we go. All right, let's try this again. Okay, alright, let's see, what else we got? Got a piano in here, don't we? Alright. And, alright. I'm going to save this before I lose it. There we go. Save as. We'll call this, what is it, 5. Today's the 4th, right? 5/4/21. I'm going to put, let's see, how do I want to mark this? Number 1. Oh, let's just go A, yeah. There we go. 5/4/21A. All right. All right. Man, there's a lot of pressure. I want to do this dope. I don't want to come half cocked at this one. I kind of low key want to like try something different. All right. So thanks for y'all that are rocking with me. I'm gonna just try to get in my zone and see if I can cook something up. Oh yeah, Anthony Flores says, "May the 4th be with you all." Yes, may the 4th be with you. Okay. All right. We're going for round 2. All right, this is 5/4/21B. All right. We're gonna do some real big boy sampling over here. All right. Let's get a bank open. Okay, we got a kick. Let's get a snare in here. Let's see. We'll throw the kick. We'll put the claps over here. Let's see if we can get a good clap. Ooh, that's wavy. Yeah, all right. All right, this is gonna work. This is gonna work. Let's see. All right, we'll do the fingered cymbals right there. Too much. There we go. Benjamin Demers says, I need to know what mic the Kount is using. Yeah. You know, I bet you if you hit him up on Twitter or Instagram, he would tell you. He tends to respond really well, which is dope. But yeah, he's getting some killer sound quality for his samples, that's for sure. All right, let's see what else we got. We'll probably just add that in as a loop. Let's see, woodblock. All right, right, let's do this. Wood block, we'll put it over here. I think I'll use this doubled one here. Yeah, we'll do that. Alright, I'm going to set my latency down to 128. Yeah, perfect. Alright, let's see. Kenya Clapper. Well, let's check it out. I see. Yo, Anthony, thanks for rolling through, man. Take it easy. Do I have a good hat yet? Let's see if we can get a good hi-hat in here or something. Yeah, temple block, tambourine, vocal chants. Let's see about the vocal chant. Let's get that in down here. That'll work. That's pretty fire. Alright. That's a cowbell? We'll use that. We'll get that vinyl crackle in there. Alright. New audio track. Crackle. Alright. We're going to keep it at 90. Some vinyl crackle. Let's see. Fingers of full drums. Indian bells. Did we get that? We did not get that. That's fire. Alright, let me get that in. Yeah, I'm gonna have to add new audio track. Get the Indian bells in there. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can get my own drums in there. Okay, I just realized the quantize is on, which is no bueno. 2, 3, and let's quantize collapse. All right. Alright, I think I'm going to start with the chants at the beginning, so we'll bust this out another, let's see, another 2. Let's move everything over, and then we'll start with the chants. Okay. Alright, and then we will bring everything else back to, let's try that. I'm gonna have to fix that kick. Alright, I'm gonna need a hi-hat personally. Let's do this. Let's bring in some of the Kount's other sample packs from Splice. Packs. It should be under the Kount with a T. Let's see if we got any good hats, drums, one-shots, hi-hats. Let's try that. Open hi-hat. Alright, let's try that. obviously that hi-hat is way too loud, so let me turn this one specifically. Alright, let's see that. Let's get some sort of keys in here. Ooh, I know just what to use too. Let's find some nice chords, some spooky chords. This is kind of annoying. Let me turn this off. Whoa. It's kind of loud and obnoxious. Let's turn that down. Or maybe it's just my ears. Okay. Ooh. All right, yo, Benjamin, thanks for being here, man. Yo, I know this is going slow, y'all, but this is sometimes it's not always hitting just right. Sometimes it takes time to find what you're trying to do, and that's what it's taking right now. So, yo, thank you, those of you that have been here. You know, if you got to bounce, it's all good. I'm gonna be here. Those of you that are still rocking with me, thank you. Let's do this. Trying to find some good chords. Ooh, you know what we could do to bring in some good chords? Let's use our friend Suggester. Let's do that. Let's just create a new one. Let's find some good chords. Hopefully we're already mapped. Let's see, let's try a harmonic minor. Alright, so we're going to have to remap this. Let's go into app options. Bluetooth MIDI devices, okay. No, let's go to MIDI output. Boom. And hopefully that, let's see, let's go back to BeatMaker. Let's go back to settings and turn on Suggester, and hopefully, yeah, okay, let me get that. Let's try this. I'm gonna add in that chord, this chord, and that chord. That could go well. Yo, Keith, peace out, man. Thanks for being here. Alright, I think I got the chords I want. Let's try this. Alright, see if we can do it. Alright, let's see if we can do that. Oops. Alright. Should be giving us MIDI. It didn't look like it was recording MIDI. Let me try that again. is recording. Yeah, so Pro Graham Project asks, so I think it's right, Suggester. Suggester considered an AV3. Yes, Suggester is an AV3, and it does find chords for you easily. I've done a whole video on Suggester. I've actually done 2 videos on Suggester. Definitely check those out on the channel. But Suggester, you can load it up as an AV3, but I do it this way because it's a little easier to get the chords in to the instrument that I want. I can just use it as a performance instrument. So if you want to see how I do that, definitely check out my last the video I did, the last video I did on Suggester. But yeah, I'm using it to play in some chords real quick, doing MIDI out of Suggester, using it in this floating window here. So that's what that is. All right, here we go. Dang it, I keep missing it. 3 and... I totally was not recording that whole time. All right, here we go. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3, and... Okay. I'm going to quantize this. Great. We got some overlap in MIDI. That's going to be a problem. We're getting there. We're getting there. Alright, we're getting somewhere. This is about to get good. Let's do a fully cue. Trying to get the timing right on these chords. Like this. Let's get the side chain to the kick. Alright, it's coming together. It's coming together, slowly but surely. I have to slow this whole track down at the end, but we'll see. Alright, let's get another instrument in here. Ooh, I have an idea for we're getting there. Oh, I should get a scale there. Or a chord there. Alright, time to bring in the Sensel. I mean the X key. I need some real keys in front of me. Alright. Alright, we're getting somewhere. I got so many MIDI things connected. Alright. Yeah, alright, it's coming. The bass line is coming. We're gonna get there. Alright. Did we lose connection again? We did. I don't know why this keeps happening. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Let me see if I can get that in. Let's see. Alright, let me see if I can get that part quantized. Where are we even? Oh, it's way up here. Okay, so we need to delete this tiny little note in here. See if I can get another instrument. Let's see if we can do some bass. Alright, I'm gonna try bass 08. If I can't get anything, we're gonna go back to the Model D. Gosh, this instrument is pretty hot. Let's turn that down. Maybe an actual, just straight up 808 would be fire. Let's do this. I got some good 808s in here. Man, I'm starting to sound hoarse. Alright, let's get some 808 in here. Let's try that one. Ooh, I know exactly what's about to happen with this. Alright, let me see. What was the previous? Let me see. Let me bring back Suggester so I can see what chord I used. Yeah, we had, it was an F minor. Let's try that. more pure sound. See, this is... Let's try this one. Yeah, that'll be better. Can I edit the portamento on this? Ooh. Okay, let's see. It would be nice if I could make some portamento on this. Layer effects. Oh. I'll just automate it after. All right, that's what we'll do. We need a longer, the tail is not long enough. Sounds a little trash, it's a little distorted, but we will fix it. right. We're getting somewhere. Whew, man. How long have I been at this? I've been at this for, we've been at this for 2 hours. All right. This is going to have to be one of those ones I come back to. But yo, so that 8 of you that are still rocking with me, y'all are legends. Either that or you just left your computer open and forgot to come back. I'm just playing, but yo, this has been fun. I'm going to come back to this beat and we're going to get it done. And as soon as I get it done, I'm definitely going to be sharing it on the channel and on my social media. So definitely follow me on Twitter and Instagram because I'll be doing more of that there. Again, don't forget, I want to see your guys' take on the Kount challenge. I want to see you guys tackle this sample pack and see what you guys come up with. Some of the best ones I will definitely retweet and post, and I will share on this channel some of the ones I thought were super dope. So until next time, creatives, go make something dope, and I'll see you in the next video.